Welcome to Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette, with your host Steve Garrett, MC and DJ at one of the largest Corvette weekends in the country, Corvette Fun Fest, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 40 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening to Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms like iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Anchor.fm, Pandora, Stitcher, Audible, Adore Labs, and many more. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google" or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. Also, visit the Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteTodayPodcast.com. You can also sign up for Corvette Today notifications, updates, and information at CorvetteToday.ck.page. And don't forget, join the Corvette Today Facebook group. We have over 2,500 members, and I'd love to have you as a member as well. And I'm also excited to tell you about the new YouTube channel for Corvette Today. Be sure and check out your favorite Corvette Today podcast now on YouTube. First, I'd like to thank our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, E-Tech. E-Tech is the expert and leader in custom flooring. Whether it's your garage floor, basement, patio, the front steps of your home, or a professional workplace, E-Tech is 4 times stronger than epoxy and comes with a 15-year warranty. There are hundreds of different patterns to choose from, and installation is completed in 1 day. You can walk on your floor in 24 hours. Call for a free estimate at 913-745-3732 or visit etekcustomcoatings.com. 913-745-3732 or etekcustomcoatings.com. I have my garage floor done with E-Tech and absolutely love it. I know you'll love yours too. Another flagship sponsor of Corvette Today is mid-enginecorvetteforum.com. If you'd like to join a new vibrant forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette, it's free to join this friendly community. You'll meet a lot of fellow Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at mid-enginecorvetteforum.com. Also, a shout out to CanadianCorvetteForum.com, welcoming Corvette owners from around the world. I'm honored to welcome back to Corvette Today, Mr. Mike Furman. Mike is the #1 Corvette salesperson in the world. He's from Criswell Chevrolet in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Mike just delivered Corvette number 5000 that came up on Saturday, May 29th. And we're going to talk about delivery number 5000 on today's show. Mike, welcome back to Corvette Today.
Thank you, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. It's good to have you here. And first of all, congratulations on the sale and delivery of number 5000.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You bet. Mike, who was the lucky person that purchased Corvette number 5000 that was delivered? And I think he's known on Corvette Forum and Mid-Engine Corvette Forum, isn't he?
Yeah, it's Bob Meyer, and he goes by Meyer Web on the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum. He happened to have bought his 2015 Corvette from me, and it was his very first Corvette ever. So it was very apropos that he ended up being number 5000. And he's a good guy, and he happens to live about an hour from Criswell.
That's great. And the ironic thing about this, Mike, he didn't realize or know that he was going to be delivery number 5000, did he?
No, he did not. And what I had done is I had like 14 deliveries, and I put a postcard on the dashboard, my Corvette Furman postcard, and on each dashboard of every car, and then only one of them I wrote 5000 in black magic marker. And so when he showed up, I had my delivery number 3000 and 4000 were there, respectively, and the owners were there. They still own the cars. So there was, a crowd of 25 or 30 people. Everybody was anxious to see him turn over the postcard and see if he was number 5000.
That's fantastic. Did he bring anybody with him for the delivery?
Yes, he had his wife with him. It was cool because he was very genuinely surprised, and he was actually shaking. He was so nervous when he realized that he was number 5000. He was happy.
That's awesome. So obviously this was a total surprise to Bob Meyer. His reaction sounds like it was just perfect, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. It couldn't have planned out any better. And, a lot of times when you do stuff like this, it's just me coming up with a different idea. That's how I did it.
That's fantastic. What was Bob's spec for Corvette number 5000, by the way?
He ordered a 2LT convertible in the red mist with two-tone natural interior. You can see from the pictures and the videos that the car was beautiful.
That's fantastic. Oh, by the way, you had other deliveries that day, obviously. Those Corvette owners were probably pretty disappointed that they weren't number 5,000, weren't they?
How disappointed would you be if you're finally getting your car after a 16-month wait? They were just happy to get their car. Everybody was in good spirits, and so it was a lot of fun.
Did the weather cooperate, Mike?
You know, it had rained the night before, and it was like a mist of rain a couple times during the day, but for the most part, it cooperated. It was fine.
That's great. That's great. Well, Mike, let's take our first break, and in segment number 2, we're going to talk about the celebration of Corvette delivery number 5,000 on Corvette Today.
VetFinders.com is the Internet's original Corvette classified ads website, with classified ads starting at just $25, and every ad runs until your Corvette is sold. If you're in the market for a Corvette, VetFinders.com has over 500 Corvettes for sale from all around the USA and Canada, and covering all 8 generations. Visit VetFinders.com, the Internet's destination for buying and selling Corvettes. That's VETTE Finders.com.
Hey, honey, are you awake?
I am now.
I can't sleep. Since turning 50, I keep dreaming of a red door and a blue door, somehow knowing there are only choices for retirement.
Okay.
Through the red door, we outlive our money. We have to rely on our kids. We're stuck on a fixed income. It's terrifying.
Yeah, that would suck.
But through the blue door, our money outlives us. We retire on our terms. Our kids stay our kids, not our caretakers. We make work optional.
Yes, that's much better. That's what I want too. But what do we do?
We call True Wealth & Company at 913-653-8783. They specialize in helping successful people make work optional. They're our fiduciary Blue Door personal wealth managers.
Hey, where are you going? It's 3 a.m.
I can't sleep. I'm going to check out True Wealth & Company online at retirewithtrue.com. That Blue Door is going to be our retirement.
913-653-8783. Visit us online at retirewithtrue.com. Investment advice offered through True Wealth & Company, LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Kansas.
You're listening to the Corvette Today podcast with Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for listening to Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me today, Mike Furman, the #1 Corvette salesperson in the world from Criswell Chevrolet in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Mike just delivered Corvette number 5,000 on Saturday, May 29th. In this segment, we're going to talk about that delivery. Mike, first, what did Bob Meyer receive for being Corvette number 5,000 delivery? I know that there was a lot of prizes and gifts that were given away, weren't there?
Yeah, I'll read off a list. Club Glove made an incredible gesture and was so gracious. They made a complete luggage set that was embroidered with the Corvette logo and some other logos. I bought Keith Cornette's book, the Corvette Special Editions book, and I had Keith sign it. And Keith is the Corvette blogger, as you know. Adams Polishes sent a wonderful array of items from their company. Lance Miller had a free entry into the fun field for the Corvettes at Carlisle event in August. Listen to this. Ron Fellows' Spring Mountain Racetrack, they waived their fee and added an extra night stay for the Corvette Owner School, which Bob happened to have already been signed up with me for October 4th and 5th. So that worked out great. Nova Stretch sent a front bumper mask, a mirror cover kit, and a detailing kit. Michelin supplied a goodie bag, and Mobile One sent jackets, hats, and shirts. And AWE for the exhaust supplied a nice gift card and a swag bag. And Zippity Jeff Duda bought a red mist model to match Bob's model of his Corvette, obviously. Jeff Duda made a wonderful, nice trophy that he gifted to me, along with another gift from Club Glove, which was extremely nice of them. And then Criswell Chevrolet had a nice array of items from our parts department, shirts, hats, and jackets, and things like that. I think Bob made out pretty darn good.
Man, that's fantastic, buddy. That had to be like $5,000 or $6,000 worth of gifts, wasn't it?
Yeah, we figured out it was definitely right on top of $5,000, which I guess works out great because it was delivery number 5,000.
That's perfect.
I appreciate all the vendors doing that. And they all wanted to be a part of it and were super gracious to lend a hand and send it to me ahead of time and everything.
That's fantastic. And I understand Corvette delivery for you, number 3,000 and 4,000, were there as well.
That's right. Mike Hamilton, number 4,000, was there with his 2018 Corvette convertible in orange. And then Richard from Potomac, Maryland, was there with Corvette delivery number 3,000. He had a lime rock green 2014 Corvette, which he'll be trading in a couple of weeks because his C8 is due to get built as soon as they open up the plant again.
Very nice. Were there any dignitaries or local TV covering the event on May 29th?
There was a couple of marketing teams there taking videos and YouTube videos. And Jeff Zippy Duda was there from New Jersey. He drove down a few hours. He did a great job with a super video.
Yeah, he's got a great video and a great YouTube channel, and I watched that video, and that was fantastic. He really did a great job of filming everything and marking that for eternity.
Yeah, he's a pro. There's no doubt.
Hey, were there any special things done to Bob Meyer's number 5000 Corvette that signified the 5,000th delivery?
No, GM got it built and shipped really quick. They knew what I was trying to do, and there was nothing special. You can't differentiate one from the other when they're being built. They did get it shipped and arrive in time for the day, and that meant a lot to me, and I really appreciate everything GM did.
As a matter of fact, I know that you were in touch with the Corvette plant in Bowling Green to ensure that that car was built and delivered on time, right?
Yes, I got a call Friday night late and that it was completed and that it would be shipped out, so that was very nice. I appreciate all their efforts.
That's fantastic. Did Criswell Chevrolet do anything special for Bob for this occasion?
They had some special videos that were little shout outs from different people throughout the country, actually the world. If you followed along on my Facebook page, it was pretty cool. I appreciated that very much. Brett Favre, Bo Jackson, Reggie Jackson, and Shooter McGavin from the movie, which was pretty funny, and also Supercar Blondie. They did some nice shout outs.
That was great. Those videos are fantastic, and you can see it on Mike's Facebook page, which is Corvette Furman, or you can go to his Instagram page, which is also Corvette.Furman, or Mike's website, CorvetteFurman.com. Check those out. That's really, really cool. Well, Mike, let's take our final break, and in segment number 3, we're going to find out what's next for you on Corvette Today.
American Hydrocarbon, your one-stop shop for custom interior, exterior, and engine bay items for your C4 through C8 Corvette. We can help you create a custom look for your Corvette with carbon fiber or 10 different color patterns and styles. We've served customers in over 28 countries all around the world. Whether it's a custom-made engine cover for your new C8 mid-engine Corvette or custom-made C4 interior upgrades, American Hydrocarbon can help you transform your Corvette into a best-in-class show car. Our products have been featured in Vette and Corvette magazines, so give us a call. 813-476-5638. That's 813-476-5638. Visit our website at AmericanHydrocarbon.com or email us at pat@AmericanHydrocarbon.com. Let us help you make your Corvette the car you've always wanted it to be. American Hydrocarbon.
KC Trends Motorsports has been the Midwest's largest custom wheel superstore for over 25 years. They specialize in C8 wheel fitments from the top brands in the industry, like HRE, Vossen, ADV1, Avant-Garde, and more. They ship daily from their Kansas City location to all upper 48 states with the best pricing and inventory in the country. Need tires? KC Trends Motorsports has you covered. They have tires in stock from Michelin and Pirelli. Plus, they can help you with a customized wheel and tire combo for your Corvette to truly make it one of a kind. And if you need wheel ideas, no problem. Simply go online to kctrends.com for their car and wheel visualizer. See the wheels on your Corvette before you purchase. Also, there's dozens of wheels and tire combo pictures to look through online to spur your imagination. And their expert staff is there to help you with wheel and tire sizing and offsets for your C6, C7, and C8 Corvette. Visit them online at kctrends.com. See them on Facebook and Instagram. Make any Corvette a one-of-a-kind with KC Trends Motorsports. Call them toll-free, 877-962-5200. KC Trends Motorsports.
And now, back to Corvette Today with your host and my husband, Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for listening to Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me today is Mr. Mike Furman, the #1 Corvette salesperson in the world. Mike just delivered Corvette number 5000 back on Saturday, May 29th. Mike, in this third segment, let's talk about what's next for you. Actually, you are podcast number 2 on Corvette Today, and actually, your podcast holds the record for being the most listened to Corvette episode, 4,354 listens. That's pretty good. Talk about what that means and talk about the 6,000th delivery that you've got hopefully coming up soon.
Well, I don't know about soon, but I think I'll do it in about 24 months. Going from 4 to 5,000 took 38 months. The next one will definitely come a whole lot quicker. The C8 is just, the car is the star. That's the bottom line. And it's world renowned now. And people from Ferrari, Porsche, Mercedes, BMW, Audi, they're all buying the car and raving about it. And that just has never really happened in the Corvette world.
That's true. Very true. Very quickly, why don't you trace your personal history with Corvette sales, Mike? Because I know that you started about 44 years ago, about the same time I started on the radio here in Kansas City.
Yeah, July 26, 1978. This coming end of July will be the start of my 44th year selling Corvettes. I was very fortunate. I feel like I grew up in the Connor family, but it was Malcolm Connor Auto Group. I couldn't have started in a better place for me. And I'm still in touch with Gary Connor, and his brother RJ and his brother Ken are still around. And I'm sure they remember me well from back in the day. But that's a long time ago. And then I went on to Damascus Chevrolet. I used to manage that dealership and handle all the Corvette sales and whatnot. Things came about where I happened to live 6 miles from Criswell, and I decided to go back on the floor. And August 9th, 2009, actually it was August 3rd, 2009, I started for Criswell Chevrolet on the floor, and I sold 31 the first month, and I haven't looked back since.
That's amazing. That's an amazing career, buddy. And you were also lucky enough to be friends with Zora Arkus Duntov. Talk about Zora and what he means to you.
Well, I was very fortunate. Once again, he was family friends with the Connor family. And so every summer he came to the Malcolm Connor Corvette show that they had every summer in June. And, I got to be around him. And I was just a young guy at the time, 18 to 30 years old. So I would listen in on everything. I'd watch. I was a sponge. Still can't believe how much I remembered from back in the day. The one thing that Zora always said to me, because I always tried talking to him about future product, and he always said that rumors sell magazines, not cars.
Zora got it. He really did, didn't he?
Without a doubt. He was just a great guy. I'm very fortunate to have been just around him.
Absolutely. I wish I could have known him or at least met him, that's for sure. Mike, talk about the Corvette or Corvettes that are in your garage right now.
So right now I have a 2021 Red Mist convertible, and it happens to be VIN number 2021. And the car is just spectacular. It's fun to drive. You don't lose any space because it's a convertible. And I'm looking forward to getting more miles on it this summer. I've got a few events I'll be attending with it, and it's a blast. There's no doubt.
And I love the color. Absolutely love the Red Mist metallic.
I had 7 blue Corvettes in a row before my silver 2020. And I'm a big blue fan, but I got to tell you, I've been waiting for a color like Red Mist to come out for 20 plus years. And it is just brilliant in the sunlight. It truly is.
Absolutely right. Out of all the Corvettes you've owned, Mike, talk about your favorite Corvette. Which one gave you the most pleasure owning and driving?
Oh, gosh, every one of them. Honestly, I've owned every generation except for the third generation. I owned 5 C4s, you name it, and every single one of them. If it says Corvette on the back, I enjoy driving it.
Hey, Mike, talk about your favorite Corvette delivery.
I think one of my top 3 stories ever was back in 2003. I was the manager of a country store, Chevrolet store, and a woman came in and I handled all the Corvette sales. And she wanted a 50th anniversary 2003 Corvette convertible with automatic trans for her husband because it was his 50th birthday and their 30th wedding anniversary. Now, that was no easy task because I had to find one in the country. So I located one in South Dakota, of all places, and I dealer exchanged it in. And the cool part of the story is that for 30 years, they had been going to the same restaurant for dinner on a Saturday night. And their waitress was the same waitress for 25 straight years.
Amazing.
And every Saturday night at the end of the evening, she'd come over with the check and say, "Is there anything else I can get you?" And the husband would say, "Yes, keys to a new Corvette." And it was like clockwork for 25 years, every Saturday night. And so she came in and told me the story and what her plans were. She wanted me to bring the Corvette to the back of the restaurant and give the keys to the waitress. And then at the end of the evening, exactly like clockwork, he said, "Yeah, keys to a new Corvette." And the waitress handed it to him, brand new keys. And the whole restaurant was just like going nuts. And they all walked out back, and there was his brand new 2003 50th anniversary Corvette convertible. The wife said that she had never seen him so speechless.
Fantastic story, buddy.
Yeah, it was really a cool experience. Still gives me chills.
Absolutely. Mike, is there any end in sight for you? Or how long are you going to keep selling Corvettes?
One day at a time.
I hear you, buddy. Amen to that. Well, thanks for being on Corvette Today again, Mike, and congratulations on your 5,000th delivery. We're on to number 6,000, and you delivered, 14 more cars that day. Number 6,000 is going to come faster than you think.
There's no doubt. It's just incredible. I've got an array of deal folders all throughout the years, all the way out to 2027. So I know this is going to happen quick, number 6,000. And once again, it's not a record. It's about a milestone for me. It's fun.
That sounds fantastic. Mike, thanks again for being on Corvette Today. We'll keep in touch, and we will monument number 6,000 when it comes up.
That sounds great.
Thanks for listening to Corvette Today, and thanks to our sponsors, American Hydrocarbon at AmericanHydrocarbon.com and KC Trends Motorsports at KCTrends.com. And don't forget E-Tech Custom Coatings at ETEKCustomCoatings.com or call 913-745-3732.
You've been listening to Corvette Today with Steve Garrett. If you'd like to contact Steve with any thoughts on the podcast or ideas for guests on Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. Or connect with Steve on social media on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram using @SteveGarrettDJ. Thanks again for listening to Corvette Today.